Hey everybody, I'm really glad that you all could make it. Thank you for coming out today. For those of you who don't know, this is Catherine Moore. She is our business consultant with Century 21. Catherine is basically going to spend the first hour or so talking about Business Builder and Golden Ruler and some of the 21 online services. And then after that, I'm going to be going through basically just a overview of the services that we have here as part of your tech fee as like a bit of a reminder. So without anything further, we'll let you guys come in and have a seat, and I'll turn it over to Catherine.
Thank you very much. Standing room only here today. That's nice. A lot of familiar faces in the room. I saw a few of you just a couple of weeks ago. Had the pleasure of meeting you guys. As a business consultant, I work very closely with the leadership and management team at Century 21 Award. I work for Century 21's international headquarters, but I'm based here in Southern California. You'll notice an accent. Anybody guess where it's from yet? Boston. Very good. Boston. So a few of you who've known me for a while can translate for me if when I get on a roll you really can't understand. So without further ado, I'll get started. We're going to talk about two primary tools that you have available to you through Century 21. The Golden Ruler, some of you may be aware of that. Is anybody using Golden Ruler yet? Okay. And Business Builder, which is our new marketing platform that just got launched not too long ago. I'm going to start by giving you a little bit of information about the system that's important for you to know so that when you set up your Business Builder account, you're familiar with where we're getting the information from. How many of you actually go into 21 online, your intranet? So, all right, great, good. I have a perfect group for this training then. It's actually not step-by-step training. I'm not a trainer, I'm a business consultant. But what I wanted to do is give you an overview, a detailed overview about what Business Builder does. That's going to be detailed. Golden Ruler, I'm just going to touch upon that. And with Business Builder, there's additional training and all kinds of documents that come with setting the system up. So to do a step-by-step training on that would take a lot longer than an hour. So I'm going to give you a detailed overview with the goal in mind to get you interested enough in the tool to say, wow, this is something I really want to get implemented that's going to help me with my business strategy. So that's what the goal is for today. So just to give you some information, your listings, when you put a listing in through Century 21, your listing is what we call we use aggregator sites. So when you list a property, provided you have 6 pictures, and hopefully you have at least 6 pictures on your listings, because as you know, people go on the internet, they eliminate properties by process of elimination by the number of pictures and what they're seeing on the property. So we have a requirement that you have to have 6 photos in order for your listing to even go from the Crest system, database system, into Century21.com. Well, once it's on Century21.com, we send that listing out to over 500 websites. Right now, I think the amount is close to 800 websites when you consider the web of other sites that the listings go out to as a result of how we syndicate your listings. So that's important to know as we get into what Business Builder does and how you can track everything through Business Builder. I'm sure you guys are aware of the advertising and everything that we do, online, radio, television, all the types of advertising we do. We do this to generate and drive leads to you guys, who are our greatest asset. You're the feet in the street to the consumer. So you're the one who takes the message from Century 21 down to the face-to-face to the customer. So we do this to position you as the best in the business and to drive leads to the company. The result of our advertising, our internet presence, how we syndicate our listings, and other resources and tools with Century 21 results in a tremendous amount of internet activity. This is the latest ComScore guide, say that 3 times fast, that shows out of all internet sites in the real estate industry where we ranked year over year in October of 2012 over October of 2011 in the increased amount of leads and hits we've generated through our website by what our marketing goals are. And it's pretty phenomenal. They don't do this every month, so we don't have an updated one through the year yet. But as you can see, Century 21 year over year increased their internet leads generation over 40%, while other companies, Keller Williams did by 22%, Redfin by 22%, the industry as a whole by 3%, RE/MAX by 3%, Weichert by 1%, and you see how it goes from there. ERA's lost presence on the internet, Zip Realty has lost presence, and Prudential has lost a tremendous amount of presence on the internet. So I want to show you the effectiveness of what we're doing to drive leads to the companies, because again, this comes into play with what our marketing systems are. 21 Online, as you guys are familiar, this is your home page on 21 Online before you log in. This is your login page. Once you log in to 21 Online, you guys may have noticed there's a dashboard up there that says Business Builder now. Does everybody notice that on their home page? Probably saying, what do I do? That's what we're going to talk about when we get into the Business Builder, about getting your accounts activated and what that system does for you. But I want to tell you a few things about your home page on 21 Online that you may or may not be aware of. Your profile and your profile being updated is critical, because most of the marketing materials in Business Builder we're going to pull your profile directly from how you have it updated. So you want to make sure, if you're going to get into Business Builder and really start using the marketing platform, you're going to want to make sure that your profile is up to date, the picture is up to date, you know, things like that, that you want to make sure is current in your profile.
Can I chip in on that?
Yes.
Any changes that you guys need made, if you need an updated photo or anything like that, that all has to happen through HR. So if you need to update your photo, update your contact information, send all that information over to hr@century21award.com.
So if you never did a profile, you guys still have to go through HR?
So everything basically comes from a system called Crest, which we update through Lone Wolf, and it has to be done through HR. Yeah.
What was that email again, HR?
hr@century21award.com.
We can change our email address on there as well, because the one the system generates is some weird email address that doesn't come to my inbox.
You're talking about the -C21 in Business Builder, right? I
Yeah.
think Catherine will address that.
I will address that one,
Okay.
yes.
And can we change the office number to our cell number? Does that have to be 471-2000?
I believe so.
Okay.
Anything that needs to be changed, you guys do have a mobile number field in there.
Okay, but yeah, it says everything has to be done through Crest, though.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it has to go through Human Resources.
Right.
Sharon?
If anybody needs a professional photo done, we're having a photographer at the La Mesa office in about a week from Wednesday to come in. So I need 5 people at least to come through.
Great. The other things you'll see on your profile information is your listings. So you can click on that and you can see your listings, what's happening with your listings. Your reports, various things about your listing reports and things that you have already set up on 21 Online are in your profile. This gives you just a little bit more detail of what it is that's in your profile. When you click on your listings, and there's a My Listings box on your home page on 21 Online also. So that's what you see here is My Listings. So you can go right to that box to see what the current status of your listings are in Crest. The tool library box on your homepage, I just want to make a quick reference to that. You know, sometimes you're looking for something on 21 Online and you find about, an hour and a half later you found all this great stuff, but you didn't find what you were looking for, right? I mean, that happens on 21 Online. The best place to go when you're looking for anything on 21 Online is that tool library box, because what we've tried to do there is arrange topics in alphabetical order. So if you're looking for something like the new listing presentation, you can scroll down and click on listing presentation. You get that rather than having to go through a bunch of different tabs to find that. So that's an important thing to remember on 21 Online. The Golden Ruler tool, and I'm just going to mention that briefly, as I said, because in meeting a few of you a couple of weeks ago, that came up, that the Golden Ruler is available to you and something that not everybody is aware of. The Golden Ruler is a great listing tool. It's a great marketing tool. What it does is it measures for you the hits and the traffic you're getting from some of the major aggregators we send the listings out to. So you can use Golden Ruler, and I highly recommend that you use Golden Ruler, because as you can see here, it has executive summaries that give the hits and the trending of what's happening with your listing on century21.com. And it's It's going to list the primary websites where the hits are coming in and what that traffic flow to that listing is. So I know it's not happening very much these days that you have an overpriced listing, right? I mean, if it's priced right, it's going to sell right away, multiple offers, and even if it isn't, some of them are selling right away if they're not. But this is a great tool as far as having a discussion with the seller about reducing the listing, because this is going to show the hits that that listing has had in the different aggregator sites, and it's going to show how many of those hits went to a visit, which means more information. They looked for more information on that listing. So it's something that's a great tool for the seller. You can also set it up so that on a regular basis, you get an updated report automatically emailed out to your sellers. So it's a great additional marketing tool to be able to use. So again, it's great at capturing new listings. It's a great marketing tool for your online listings. It gives you the updates I just mentioned to your seller and displays the Century 21 Online marketing prowess. And that's the reason why I wanted to show you at the beginning the number of aggregator sites that your listings are going to. So it shows that we do this tremendous amount of marketing internet-wise to drive these leads, and that now you have a summary for your sellers as to are they looking at your listing or not. And it differentiates us from our competitors. I don't know another competitor who has the golden ruler system. So it's a great additional tool to kind of put, you know, that extra bullet in your gun when you're going for that listing against somebody else in the competition. This is what the property report looks like. So when your sellers are getting your property report, they're getting a report that has your picture on it, your information, your contact information, and all of the detailed information about their listing. It's really a great tool. There's training classes on the Learning Center on 21 Online on step-by-step how to do Golden Ruler, how to set it up. But it's really basically fairly simple to get the system set up. Now we're going to get into Business Builder, the primary reason that we're here today. So again, we're going to start with the overview. What is Business Builder? Business Builder is a state-of-the-art marketing platform. By a marketing platform, it's fully integrated, which means you have the ability to have your contact database, all of your leads, all of your action drip mails, and we're going to get into all of that, in one place. And it's within 21 Online, so that when you're logging into 21 Online, Business Builder is kind of the one place to go where you'll have all of this information available and at your disposal. It integrates directly with Crest, as I had mentioned, so when you input listing information in Crest, that listing information is going to be able to be pulled into the marketing pieces on Business Builder so you can send out pieces on your listings. It also integrates with ExpressDocs, which is our supplier company. So if you wanted a piece and you wanted certain things printed professionally or put into a certain type of brochure, it integrates directly with ExpressDocs as well. It also has dashboards which make it easy for you to click and go right into what you're looking for. And that's that dashboard on the home page. And again, I'm going to show you that in more detail. There's over 500 different templates and designs. We're going to talk about that a little bit too. And the most important thing is that it's no cost to you. So it's something that benefits your business, will drive more business to you, will be a follow-up for your business, all in one place, and it's with the Century 21 system, part of the benefits and values belonging to the system. So that, again, I really want to encourage you to really take a look at it. You can, well, I'm going to get into details already. I want to kind of go organized through this. What it does is, again, converts more contacts into closings. That's the objective, bottom line goal of the system, is so once you get a contact, you're able to take that contact, capture it, and turn it into an actual results-driven lead. So this is what the marketing platform looks like. When you log into your 21 Online homepage, you're going to see that Business Builder dashboard. So we talked a bit about the dashboard already. You'll be able to click and go into your whole dashboard. And again, we're going to talk about that. If you want to go right in because you're looking up one of your clients, or you're going to go right into contacts because you want to add somebody that you just met, you click, you go right to your contacts. If you want to go right to the Marketing Center, which is where you put together your postcards and your flyers and your marketing pieces, you can go right to that. If you're looking at the tracking, to be able to track, and we're going to talk about that a little bit, Be able to track the open rate of your emails, how many you're sending out that are actually being opened by people and that type of thing. There's a tracking mechanism in here. So again, it's kind of that one stop where you can manage your entire business out of the one system. This is just an example of some of the pieces that are available within the system. For those of you who were using our old email campaign type of things on 21 Online, the e-campaigns and the e-newsletters, when you were using that, you had maybe an option of 25 templates in the email drip campaign. In this, you have over 500. So it gives you that kind of variety and longevity to be able to use with your clients and always change it up, make it interesting. The drip campaigns within Business Builder are similar to the action plans. Were any of you using the old e-campaign? Okay, some of you were. So it's a similar type of thing. These drip campaigns you're able to set up by segmented groups. So what you want to do is when you enter your contacts, you can assign those contacts into segments. You can assign them into as many segments as you want, meaning like first-time home buyers, distressed property owners, investors, different things like that that would fit a market segment, and you can segmentize your clients that way so that you can pick pieces to have automatically sent to them periodically within that particular campaign. So very similar to the way they used to be, but very much more robust and multi-tiered. These are some of what the campaigns are. So if you have sellers, you're looking at household hints, buyers, investors, different things like that. There are all-inclusive campaigns that already have chosen different postcards that are relative to that type of a campaign. An investor campaign, and we didn't really have an investor campaign prior to Business Builder. So now this gives you the opportunity to go after investor clients, commercial clients, people who are purchasing multiple properties, all within the Business Builder program. Now, according to Market Leader, and this is a really interesting statistic, Market Leader is our vendor. And what we did is rather than just purchase what the vendor had itself, we had the system completely customized for us so that it completely integrates with Crest. It completely integrates with Lead Router, for those of you who may be on the Lead Router program, completely integrating system. So it is completely customized. And it's interesting because ours is customized, and just through the general Market Leader research that they've done, that the users who set up their contact databases within Market Leader for that often multi-touch, those are the action campaigns, reported increases of up to 50% in their businesses. So again, it's being in front of the consumer on a consistent basis so that if the window of opportunity arises where they might not have been thinking of selling and something happened in their life that changed that situation, you're forefront in their minds over and over again so that they don't say, well, I got something, 9 months ago from some agent at Century 21, can't remember who it was so long ago, I don't have that in my email. You're constantly in front of the buyers and sellers. These are some of the one-time emails and one-time cards that are also available. So there's the email drip campaigns. There's also one-time cards. Say they come to an open house and you want to thank them for coming to the open house. Or one-off type of emails in postcards that don't fit a particular campaign, but you want to use as one-off type of postcards. Then we have newsletters, and the newsletters are very different than what they were template-wise. They look a lot better than what they were prior to, and they can also now be printed as a PDF. So for those of you who might have been using the newsletters in the past, you didn't have an option to be able to print it out. You could only email it. And it's beneficial, definitely, to be able to print out the newsletter for when you go door-to-door farming and work in your geographical territories and that type of thing. You can actually print something and you can take it with you. or if you're holding an open house, that type of thing, you can have newsletters with relative articles relative to what's currently happening in the market. You can pick and choose from the articles that go into the newsletters and also add custom information and also have it pull your listings to go into the newsletter to send out. A different thing that they've added is animated greetings. So those of you who get inundated with them on your birthdays and things like that online now, a lot of people use the online services for animated greetings, and it kind of just changes things up a bit. So you can use those that have, you know, the music and the video type of animation in them. Market your listings with flyers. There are all types of flyer templates available within the system. Multiple flyer templates. So for different properties, different price ranges, you could have different types of templates in there, and they're very customizable. And that was something a lot of agents asked for when we were looking at how we were going to change our marketing platform. Can you make it more customizable? Because before, it was very limited to how much you could customize a piece. But you're able to download information of your own into these pieces. It will automatically pull your listing data from Crest, as I mentioned. You can switch out the picture, which you couldn't do before, pull from Crest, but if you wanted to switch a picture out to use a different picture, a more updated picture, you could do that. It's completely customizable. The other thing, that gets in a little bit more detail later, this is just an example of what some of the flyers look like. They're very classy looking. You know, you pick the multiple templates. Some are very oriented to the black and gold. Some are multicolored. You know, it's not that you have to use the black and gold ones before they all look the same. These are all very different. So this is what you see is what you get, is kind of what they call this kind of, you know, being able to customize your own template. Prior to this, since some of you used the old program, you used to have to email the piece to yourself to look at what it was going to look like. Now with Business Builder, you do the whole editing, and it brings the preview screen right up so that you look at something and say, I don't like that font. You can change it right there on the screen. So it's everything that you see is what your client is going to see. And again, they have an image library that you can download and add to your image library. So if you have things that you want to put, or you have a little logo type of thing that you use in your pieces, you download that into the image library, and you keep building your image library, and you can pull and use those images that you've loaded into the image library into each of these pieces. You can change the text color, size, and font, as I mentioned. Another great thing that these have the ability of is inserting the links that you would want to use to show a listing. So you can insert a YouTube link to your customer's listing and send that out to all of the buyers who are interested in a listing in that price range, in that neighborhood, that type of thing. Take that listing, target those buyers, send it out to those buyers, include the embedded link. So they see some of the listing information, and then they can click the link to get detailed information. They can click a link to go to your website. They can, anything that can be embedded link-wise, information on what's happening in the market, you know, relative information like that. If you're sending information to sellers, you know, what's happening with inventory now, why it's a great time to sell your house, you can put the listings in that will bring them to that material. This is also a great feature that I almost missed. You can add a Google Maps on there. So if you're sending out a postcard to a group of buyers because you're having an open house on a particular listing, you can include the Google Maps, which tell them exactly, you know, how to get to where they're going. The other benefit of the system is the one-stop kind of one-click type of thing. So you put your listing flyer together, and you can send it out via email through Business Builder to everybody you have in your contact database or a particular segment in the database. You can post it to social media sites, all with clicking and choosing what you want to do once you have it all set up. So it can go right to your post to your Facebook page, get sent out in an email, you can print it. You just have complete full control of what you want to do within your marketing and what fits with your business strategies. Integration with all your leads. This is great because this is a contact database built right into it. So those of you who are using other programs really want to take a look at this and weigh the pros and the cons against things like Top Producer that you might be paying a lot of money for. And you're using it for contact management. Take a look at this because I think you'll find that it's very comparable to it depending on what parts of Top Producer that you use or other programs like that. The other great thing about the leads program in here is you don't have to enter every lead and start over again that way. The leads can be not the leads, your client database. So your client database can be downloaded into Business Builder so that you don't have to just reinvent entering all of your contact information. You can manually enter leads to add to that system. So those of you, I'm assuming most of you have a contact database of some kind, right? Everybody? Most of you? Okay, like even if it's in Excel or Top Producer, Outlook, whatever it might be in. So you can get those downloaded right to the system. And then as you get and generate more leads, you come back from an open house, you just enter those and keep adding them to your system and adding them to the segment. Again, contact management, this just summarizes again what we've been talking about. You can put the segments into different groups. It's completely an organized system. You can put in certain alerts to alert you when a certain email comes in based on your marketing campaign. And I may be jumping the gun a little from a subsequent slide here, but you can have Business Builder is also able to be used on your smartphones. iPhone, Androids, it can all be used through that. There's an iMap, I think it's called. Tasha would know better what that is. That you need to go through to make sure that it's mapped to your smartphone. But the great thing about that is you can immediately respond to a lead that comes in on your marketing campaign and things like that because you get those alerts directly to your phone. View contacts, you go into the individual contact screen, and once you've entered the information, you can see how you can add that contact to a campaign. You can transfer a contact. So once they're a buyer and they become a past client, you just transfer that over to a different segment. Print, export a V card, a contact card. Resend, the welcome email. There's all kinds of things that you can do right from your contact information here in Business Builder. And as you can see, everything has reminders and things on it. You have 2 reminders. It'll tell you, this is what you need to do. Click this, go in here, because you have something here waiting for you. The dashboard, I jumped the gun a little bit, but the dashboard, like we already talked about, has everything right there. So if you log into 21 Online and you see that you have X number of emails, then you're going to want to get right in and check your emails that came back on your marketing piece. If you see that you logged in and it isn't there on your dashboard, you don't have to end up going all the way into Business Builder and finding out what's there. It's all right on your home page. The Marketing Center, as we said, we had just started talking about the marketing materials, campaigns, file manager, scheduling your emails, in other words, sending them out at particular dates and times to different groups of people, and all kinds of customized things that you can do within the Market Center. The tracking feature allows you to follow everything. I'm going to give you a little caveat that has to do with the marketing, the tracking system in a minute. But it will tell you, who you have, what campaign they're on, when you created it, all of the information on that client all in one spot in your dashboard. So here's the big steps now. How many of you are compelled to at least look into it more, get engaged in the system? It looks like something that would benefit you in your business. Okay, good. It's very simple to get the system started. So we're going to walk through some of the activation steps. When you first log into your Business Builder, if you haven't activated your account yet, it's going to say, get started right here. Get started today. You click on that. Wrong one. Okay, and then you're going to get a screen that says, here is exactly what you need to do to activate your account. And it gives you step by step. So it's very simple to follow through the steps to get your account activated. First, it'll tell you the steps. Then you click on the bar that says activate your account. All of these steps, by the way, this presentation, Tasha will have this presentation, the new managers will have this presentation, so that the step-by-step information is something that you don't have to take a lot of notes on now. You'll have this information. There's also a document that I'm going to get to all of the managers so that you guys have this information, and it's the step-by-step documentation on walking you through all of the steps of Business Builder. So there is training on it, and we're going to talk about the training because it's important to get the step-by-step training. Again, just to do every segment of everything that it does, because it's such an integrated and robust system, would take various training classes over and over again and that type of thing. There are 3 classes that are available on our CLS learning site, and we're also going to be looking at setting up something separate here with Century 21 Award. That David and I have started to talk about. So there will be additional training to come. So what I'm stepping you through is to show you how easy it is to activate it, but it isn't anything you need to take detailed notes on because you'll have all this information. Of course, you have to click Terms and Conditions. And then you get into reviewing your contact information. Now, when this screen comes up, like what Christian said, some of this information is being pulled from Crest, and it's not the information that's either a current email of yours that you're using. It may not be your current cell phone number. It may not be your cell phone number. So that information is automatically what gets pulled from Crest is what you're going to see here. So any changes, when you get in there and say, that's an old email address, or I don't use that on my marketing, that can be changed. Some of it can be changed right within your settings in Business Builder. Others have to be changed through Crest in the process through the HR department that Tasha mentioned.
Can I just quickly ask you, because I really get confused with that difference. Like when, how do we know which one's which? That where is it Crest and where is it that we can just do it?
It'll tell them, right, if they're not able to change.
Yeah, when you go into this screen, it's not going to let you edit certain things, and it is going to let you edit other things. So if you try and go and edit it and it doesn't let you, it blocks you from editing it, that will need to be changed in Crest. Other things are editable here. In addition to that, though, let me get to that step, which will help answer even more of what you're asking. Did that help as far as?
Sort of. I wish we could do it all ourselves, frankly.
Yeah, and I mean, you may find that your Crest information is updated email address, but you are going to be able to change that within the settings here. And I'll explain what happens if you change it or if you use what your default email within the system is going to be. But what it's first going to show here is the information is pulling from Crest, and you're going to see that there are fields you can change within the system. You put your name in, or you can put your signature in. And very little information that's going to ask for here to set your account up, and then it's going to say finish setup. Am I going backwards? I'm going backwards, sorry about that. Okay, so now it's going to tell you you're all set up and you're ready to go, so let's go into your account and get the rest of your settings and things set up. So now once you're set up, you're going to see that the dashboard is going to pull listing information we already have in Crest. It may take a little while for that to update, but once you're activated, it's automatically going to pull your listing information, everything into your dashboard. For those of you who did have contacts in the eDrip campaigns prior to the changeover to Business Builder, you may notice that you go in and you have contacts in here. It's like, where did they come from? We automatically took everybody who had contacts already set up, and we moved them over for you into Business Builder already. So if you started up and you see, how did this happen, we automatically did that.
I had a quick question.
Sure.
It was this, how do we contact, mine was just missing like the suite number for the building.
Mm-hmm.
And what number do we call, or how do we get that updated?
Again, that all happens through, if you're not able to edit it yourself, that has to happen through HR. It's HR@century21award.com.
Yes. Okay, there are a lot of videos and different ways to get through setting the system up. We look at everybody has different styles that they learn by. You know, some people can watch a quick video and go right in and do the same exact thing the video told them and they're done. Some people need, like I do, the step-by-step document. I do that right, enter it in. You know, that's just how I am. You know, but I can do it through documents, and I don't usually necessarily need to sit through all the training as long as they give me private time to walk through every step that way. So we provide the documents. We provide the how-to videos. So there's short video clips on the different things. There's one on setting up your account. There's one on your contact database, setting up the CRM, putting in a listing flyer. There are various short videos that will show you the different steps once you get to that step as you start to use the program. There's also a help tab when you go into the program in your dashboard, and this is what your dashboard is going to look like. It's going to be the inbox, which will be all your emails, your contacts, brings you right into your contact system, marketing, advanced marketing, search your listings, and there's an administrative tab. And the administrative tab is important. We're going to talk about that in a minute.
Which emails are those?
I'm sorry?
Which emails are those? Where did those emails come from?
Those are emails that people saw your piece and emailed you back.
So they're emails that we put in this specific profile
That your email will be what's in your profile.
for the business builder.
Yes.
Okay.
And the emails that come up here, when it says you have emails, there's somebody who got one of your pieces and said, I want to contact that agent.
So it's a communication between this and the email we put in our profile?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
The help tab here will give you answers to the basic frequently asked questions of people getting started with Business Builder. But you're also going to get a document that says the FAQ for agents, so you can go through that. And there are also, once you get started, we started every Friday at 12:30 Eastern Time, 9:30 Pacific Time. This is new with Business Builder. There's an Ask the Coach Q&A. So if you're working on something within Business Builder that week, and that's 9:30 our time, you can click to register for it in the Business Builder information. I'll show you that when we get to 21 Online. And you can click on that and you register for that upcoming Friday. So you get to be on the call, listen to the Q&A. You can stay for 10 minutes if your question's already been answered, or you can stay for the full hour and listen to what other people's questions are. So that has just been added on a weekly basis for those of you who are working. Everybody's working at a different level with it. So they decided to add those, which I think is a great addition to the training and everything on this. So the help screen is also important because it gives you the direct line to customer support. If you're having an issue within the system, and it isn't something like your email address, which has to be changed, certain ones have to be changed the way Tasha had mentioned, but it's something that, you downloaded your contacts and this is how they're looking. Something that's wrong with the way that it integrates, that needs to be called into the help desk because that's an issue that the help desk is going to have to work out for you. So that's a direct way to get right to the help desk information or email our support team.
Catherine, if I can add one last thing onto that. Anything that happens through 21 Online, whether it's Business Builder or Golden Ruler, those are services that come from Century 21 and not from our specific franchise. So your fastest way to get support on that is going to be to reach out to the help and support through 21 Online. If you contact us about it, we'll basically send you back the phone number and the email address just because we're very, very limited in how we can tech support you through these systems. Right. So anything through 21 Online, your fastest way to support is to go to the 21 Online help desk.
The training and resources on Business Builder, and this is accessible right through 21 Online. It's getting started. It gives you all the information on just exactly what you're seeing here. You can click on and download the same documents that your management team is going to have, which is the getting started guides and everything for Business Builder. So you don't need to wait to get those. If you're going to go back to your office and say, I'm here today, I'll work on this for a couple of hours, you can click on that, get the step-by-step documentation, get your account set up, and that type of thing. So there are a lot of resources. For those of you who may have tried to engage more in Business Builder when it first launched, Again, we had it fully customized for us, so there were some glitches at the beginning. So upgrades, changes have been made. They're being made on a regular basis to the point where it's difficult to keep up with the changes. But the good thing is every time they have feedback from you guys, it's answered within a fairly short time. Most of the time, it's answered, because I had heard of things 2 weeks ago, and in an update I just got, like yesterday, the changes were already made. So what's happened is if enough agents say, no, this is what I need to have happen, because something like Christian again mentioned was the email address is using this one. I don't want that email address for people to contact me. They're used to this one. And again, I'll explain that in a minute. But they're always updating it. So if you have a recommendation or something, when you're going through it and say, you know, it doesn't do this, it does that, top producer does this. I know that we had feedback that top producer had additional fields rather than one customer field, that type of thing. So they're adding the additional fields. Again, very flexible because we're customizing it for us, and it's most beneficial if you feel it's beneficial. So that feedback is important. But this is where you get those step-by-step documents. In the resources, somebody?
Oh, I'm sorry. The more they make it user-friendly, which I've noticed they're doing,
Yes.
and the more you get to know the thinking of it, you can kind of figure those things out too.
Yeah.
You don't always have to go back to the training.
Exactly. Thank you. There's also, for the training, this will take you directly to the Learning Center. I know, I have people say all the time, how do I actually get all the way to the Learning Center? How many of you use the Learning Center? In the CLS Learning Center, okay. We have a phenomenal amount of resources in our Learning Center. You guys have over 500 classes available to you. I just had somebody email me and say, I just started a new staff person, and we're looking to see if you have training on Microsoft Word. And you wouldn't think so, but we have training on Microsoft Word. It's all free, but it's also training on handling buyers' objections and marketing in today's marketplace, listing in today's marketplace, all kinds of classes that are free to you on the Learning Center. The Learning Center is where the Business Builder training classes are. But rather than go through clicking on your Learning Center site, you can go through Business Builder, click on that, it'll bring you right to the Learning Center, where they have 3 of the classes that are currently available. And these are the classes. They have 3. The session 1 is a kind of an overview, but they do answer certain questions at the end of it. These are all recorded sessions. These were done live initially and then recorded. So you can go in at your own pace. And if you have a half hour to listen to something in one of the training classes, you can pause it, go back 5 hours later, pick up where you left off in the recording, and that type of thing. So that's the benefit of having the recorded sessions available to you guys. So there's a getting started, there's a session 1, then a session 2, and a session 3. So there are good ways to get started by listening to those. They're about an hour each. And at the end, you'll hear questions and answers from the people who were live during that recording, which are helpful as well. So I recommend taking those classes just to kind of hear overview and kind of reinforcement of what we talked about, but more of the training on what it does. And you can just log out of Business Builder and get right back to your 21 Online, but you really don't need to do that. When you're in the dashboard, you can go right back to your home page. You will be smarter, bolder, faster agents. I want to talk about a few things within Business Builder now. Just doing a check on time. Oh, we're plenty good on time. Okay, good. Originally, what Business Builder does is they're going to assign you a marketing email address, and it comes with Business Builder. So, and I don't want to make this confusing, but we'll talk about this. So it hopefully isn't confusing. What you have in Crest, or what you have is your regular email that you use on all your other pieces or on your website and everything, there's that email address that you could use, either of those. We also assign you automatically an email at Century 21. It's a mark. Okay, there you go. That is called your marketing email address. That's automatically what will default in all of your marketing pieces. That email address will be the default. So some agents have said, well, I don't want that to be my default. That's like people learning a whole other email. Originally, it was like, well, can't be changed. That's the way the system is set up. Well, there was enough feedback, and there was feedback from a couple of you guys' offices, Anaheim Hills, Rancho Santa Margarita. We got some feedback back from agents who were using Business Builder and said, I don't like this part. So what we did is we changed it to allow you in your settings to go in and put in whatever email you want to use. Okay? The difference with that is, though, it disables the tracking mechanism. The only way that we can get the marketing email addresses to integrate back to the tracking system is by using the domain that it gives you, that default marketing email domain. But if the tracking isn't as important to you, you know, like knowing how many of your emails are open, that type of tracking, and you want to use your personal email address, we now give you the option to be able to do that. The other difference is, instead of getting, the other thing that's connected with the tracking is the smartphone mapping. So when you get the alerts on your smartphone, the alerts are tied in with your marketing pieces and your marketing email address. Now that's the way it's set up now. Every Friday we have calls, every Friday morning we have calls with our, every other Friday morning we have calls with our marketing department. And we tell them all of what's come up in the training in the past, you know, week or two. And it came up last Friday that it's great, and some agents are really happy with that. They don't care about the tracking. They want to be able to use their own thing. They love the marketing pieces. They want to use it. But the tracking isn't important to them, so they don't mind it not tracking. That's fine. But some are like, okay, this is great. This is what I can use in the meantime, but is there any way down the road that you guys can figure out a way to make the tracking also work with those email addresses? And they are considering that, and they're working on it, but in all of the other upgrades and everything they're doing, that kind of went towards, you know, that's 6 months or so away. So I can't tell you that they're going to definitively make that change. I don't know what's involved technologically to do that. But now at least, which they responded to right away, you have the option to customize your email settings. So when you go into your account and you're setting your account up, let me go back this way. Just bear with me for a minute while I find the slide. Just want to show you. Should be around here somewhere. On your dashboard, you'll see the admin screen, the admin tab, I'm sorry. When you click on the admin tab, you can customize your settings. So you're going to go into admin, and then you click on settings. And when you go into settings, that's where you'll change your email address and other information you want to customize within the settings. Part of the step-by-step process to getting Business Builder set up is they'll tell you set it up with your basic information first so you're activated. Then you get in there, and they talk about what you should do, what they recommend doing step by step. So they look at it and they say, okay, you activate your account, you get your personal profile information squared away in there, make sure it's the way you want it. Then you go into your settings and you customize your settings. So there you go in, you change your email address, and do whatever else you want to do in the customization of your settings for your Business Builder. Then the next step you go in, they say, now you want to download your contacts. Because in order to really start to use the system, you want to get downloads in. So that should be the next step. But some may say, well, you know, I just got 3 listings, I want to get the flyers on it, so you do that first, you come back to it. But the step-by-step to really get it set up is that you want to get your contacts set up next. And then they recommend that you set up every one of your contacts into a segment or an action campaign, a drip campaign. Find a campaign that's relative to that client that you have or that customer that you have and get them into a campaign. Because again, it said an increase of up to 50% of business for those who actually use the multi-touch campaigns. So the next recommendation is, so there's set up your contacts, then set up your segments. Assign every contact at least the segment, so that now you have your action campaign set up. Then you go from there and customize it further. You go in, you look at your listings, make sure your listing information is the way you want it to pull. You look at the marketing flyers, get maybe a newsletter set up, to send out to a certain group of customers and that type of thing, so that you're kind of touching each part of what the marketing platform does, and you have that working for you right away. So that's what they tell you the step-by-step process is. So again, in that administrative tab, you're going to click on that, go into settings, and that's where you customize what your settings are. Yes?
If somebody emails the marketing email,
Mm-hmm.
does it forward to the external email? How do you know you have an email?
If it goes to your,
Well,
do you have an answer to that?
No, actually, that was my comment. I did try Krista.
You can set up notifications, and it'll email you to an external address, or you can notify your cell phone. So I set it up where it goes to my cell phone and email. It tells you what the message is on the email, but not on the text message.
Oh, okay. Great.
Just quickly on that.
Sure.
You know, I think the tracking is important, and that's why a lot of people are switching over to the system.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is, when I sent out for Christmas, I'll give you an example. I sent out an e-card for Christmas, and I'm like, whatever, I sent it out to my whole database that I transferred over there. Well, I didn't know I had emails, and I had 9 responses that went straight to the c21dash.com email addresses, and one of them was a lead.
Uh-huh.
So it's like, you know, so it's kind of like double check, and I think it's, we want to track that, also at the same time have availability. I know we can't have it. I think it should be a priority too, to see if we can get that done.
Yeah, I'll give that feedback, because I agree there. I think it's both important. Christian?
The tracking was possible in the old system with the email address you had, so the technology was already implemented on the previous system.
Yeah, it must be the way the technology with Market Leader is set up that makes that different. But I know it's a priority, and being in the field, I understand, you know, and technologically they're looking at certain things that they do with the system every time. If that changes something because of the way it integrates with Lead Router, then they need to change that and the way it integrates with Lead Router and things like that. But it is an absolute valid point, because the tracking is important, because if you end up, you know, you're sending your emails out there and now you see that you sent 12 emails and, you know, no one ever even opened them, you know, you may want to drop that person off your contact, you know, database.
Change your approach. You do an alpha beta test, but you can't do an alpha beta test because you don't know what each one's tracking. You need to know the tracking.
Yeah.
Because the idea is you're constantly doing an alpha beta, and you get something better, then you try something else and see which is better of that.
Exactly. Yeah, and in some different approach, had that person open that, you know, rather than ignoring it. So the tracking is important.
Tell them we need it for our alpha beta test. Because we're using their system. We
Yeah.
don't know flyers or emails or drips or
Right.
which title or which segment or.
Right. In the meantime, if you customize it and you put your own email address in there, just make sure you need to log on to 21 Online and to Business Builder to see what you have there. So, you know, that's an important thing, because as mentioned, you know, 9 responses from a drip that went out for Christmas, and 1 was a lead, and not knowing it's there, knowing it's there is critical. So knowing it's there right away with the smartphone alert is the beauty of the system.
Oh, yeah, that's key. I
Yeah.
like that,
And then you get that
respond right away, and then you're fabulous.
immediate
Smarter,
response.
bolder, faster.
Really. And there may be some things for people who are using it every day. There may be some things for people from people in the room that I don't even know about yet, because you're using it every day. Christian, is there anything that you've come up up with in the system that,
Lisa, she's
There's one thing that I noticed, when you get an email that has an attachment, there's no attachment at all on that email. So, like, we've had pictures sent to us through the builder, and there's no attachment.
okay.
So they'll state that there's no actual.
Oh, I have it here.
That's a good.
So when you get a response from someone and they include an attachment, there's no attachment there.
Right, there's nowhere to find it on there.
And there's a link where it says attachment, you click on it, and it just takes you to another screen where there's nothing there at all.
Okay. This is the type of feedback that's really important. Is anyone else in coming up against something that as you're trying it, you're saying it's not doing this? Because that, what you're talking about, sounds like that's a glitch. That should be taken care of right away. For those of you, and I do want to mention this, so to stay on track with this, you know kind of the whole organization of what to go in and what to do, right? How many of you use QR codes? Do you have ones that have your personal contact information? Do you also use them on your listings, things like that? Okay. Originally, for those of you who are using Business Builder originally, there was a glitch with the QR code defaulting to the Century 21 International's information. So if you were putting, instead of it pulling what you have in your profile in Crest as your QR code for your contact information, it was pulling the company information. That is still something they're working on. But they worked out a fix in the meantime. All you need to do is you go into the settings tab again in your admin tab, you go into settings and you can replace the QR code and paste in your QR code. So you can do that for listings, for the listing information, for those who use QR codes on listings. And you definitely want to do that in your profile if you're going to use your contact profile information. So there is a way to just copy and paste the right one in there, but it should be seamless from your profile on 21 Online once they figure that piece of technology out. Yes?
Set notifications, you go to your admin tab, my account, alerts, and then you can add in as many email addresses and phone numbers as you want. So that's the way to set up.
Oh, that's excellent.
It's an admin tab.
Yeah. Did everybody hear that? That's,
So go on the admin tab, and then you'll have my account, click on alerts, and then you can add those
Anything else you want.
all right.
Do you have QR codes built in the system, or is that if you have an outside source of having QR?
If you have your QR code set up out from the outside, yeah. Yep. There, yes.
I just have kind of a basic question. I haven't used my C21 for years, but I have a lot of old addresses that are in there.
Mm-hmm.
I have a new current database on Outlook. I'm sure you can export it as a CSV or whatever and
Right.
put it into this.
Mhm.
Assuming I can do that.
Yes.
What do I do with all those? Are they going to merge, or are they going to have duplicates there, or do I clean it out first and then upload the new stuff?
You know,
What mess am I gonna have?
that's a good question too, if it will replace what came over from, let me write that one down.
What's the best way to do that?
I transferred over and it's been, I just cleaned it up on my own.
Yeah, it didn't replace duplicates or do anything like that, huh?
Can you empty it out first and then upload the
I'm pretty sure you can.
And as an extension to that, a question.
Mm-hmm.
I have a list of email addresses that don't have names. Can they be put in there with just email addresses without a name?
I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know about that. I think it may need the field for the name.
Or we can put in the segment, group segment, but like buyer, first time buyer or something, just to put something in that column.
I know we're running over time. Does anyone have any questions? Any other questions? Okay. For those of you who I need to get back to with issues, can I have your business cards, please, so I can get back to you on that with the contacts, and with the, I'll get back to you guys on the attachments. Any other questions or anything for me? This is the help desk line. Again, for any problems like that, that is a glitch with the attachments. But you guys haven't called the help desk or opened the ticket, right? No. Okay, I'll take care of that, and I'll get back to you on that. Anything else? Do you feel that this is would benefit you in your business? Okay, great.
We'll give it a try.
Give it a try. Okay, great. Great. I recommend the training. A lot of it. Christian, did you take any of the training, or is it something you found simple enough to walk through? Or
Yeah, it's pretty easy to walk through. I think back when I first started, I did some of the training. Yeah, it's pretty intuitive. It's a lot better than it was 7 years ago.
Is that what you're using for your content?
Yeah, well, that's one of the, that's one of the mediums.
Right. I mean, this market leader is a vendor that provides certain marketing services like this to other companies, and they charge their agents for it. Even branded companies, charge a service fee off the top like we do, but this is all inclusive within your service fee. There are agents who pay over $50 a month for even more limited than what you're seeing now. So it is a definite benefit and a value to you, so I encourage you to really take a look at it and get to know it better. And like I said, David and I are looking at some additional training options that are more step-by-step training options customized for you guys. So it might be a month or so, probably after convention, when we're able to get that going. But that's what we're looking at to do, just for you guys. So that should be coming down the pike. All right. Thank you very much for your attention. I'm sorry we went over time. Thank you.
For anyone who would like to stick around, there is a second portion to this. It's relatively quick. I'm just going to kind of run through some of the different services that you guys all get as part of your tech fee as just kind of a general reminder for you guys. So if you were at the Rancho San Diego meeting, this is the same thing that you guys just saw. I think it was last week I was out there, so feel free to bounce out of here. But basically, I just wanted to kind of remind everybody about some of the different services that we offer here for you at Award. So our big goal with Century 21 Award, hopefully you guys have seen the information from David, that our per-person productivity has skyrocketed, and based on per-person productivity, I believe we're a little bit above 8. 8.4 sides per year per person. It's the highest in, is it all of California or San Diego County? Do you know?
Can't help you with that one.
Okay, so in our general area, we have the best per-person productivity, which is very exciting. So our entire goal of Century 21 Award is going to be to help you sell more homes and make more money. And all the technology that we provide for you is going to support you in that. I'm going to go over a lot of different things here. Hopefully you've heard of at least most of them, or you're at least a little bit familiar with most of them. I encourage you to pick just a little bit. Don't overwhelm yourself with everything that we have to offer, but find some things that are going to be useful to your business. Pick one or two. I wouldn't focus on more than that. So the first thing that we offer for you guys are going to be agent websites. The websites that we offer are basically turnkey. Once you're signed up with a company, once you've paid your tech fee and you've been processed, there's only, I think, up to 5 things that you need to check: your contact information, your MLS, and at that point your website is good to go. If you want to do more than that, like this little section here, all these little sub-pages were created by Robert in the back. You have the ability to fully customize your website, create your own completely customizable content, create your own unique pages, a blog, all of that stuff, if you want to put more into it. If you don't, once you've checked those couple pieces of information, your website functions. Okay? Besides that, we've also made your websites hyper-local, which means that if you focus on specific neighborhoods or specific areas of the county, you can select, for example, in the market trends, which 4 market areas show up on your homepage, as well as the default search area. If you don't want to default to San Diego, if you'd rather default to El Cajon or La Mesa or whatever city you want, you can hyper-localize your website. And all of the contact capture is going to be available and go directly to you as long as someone comes in on your agent website. So if I'm a client and I go to Carlos's website and I click any of these buttons, get email alerts, contact me or schedule a viewing, that's going to get emailed directly to Carlos. It doesn't come into us at the company, it goes directly to you, the agent. And the focus is always going to be on you. So you can see this particular listing is from a different brokerage. However, the contact information is going to be the agent's photo, the agent's phone number, all of that. Okay? Besides the websites that we provide you guys, we have our RAIN system. RAIN is a partnership with Riz Media, which is one of the top real estate news companies in the country. So as far as the RAIN system goes, there's 3 different pieces to that. The first is going to be the Resource Center. The Resource Center updates automatically. You're going to get a new news article every Monday and every Wednesday. You're going to get a new video at least once a month. If you want, you can go in and play with which articles show up. If you don't touch it, they're automatically going to turn over. You can put this Resource Center on your homepage. You can put a link to it on your Facebook. You can put a link in your email. If you use a different website, whatever you want, you can put a link to this Resource Center. Besides the Resource Center, we do have an e-newsletter feature in here. They're no fuss, okay? So a couple different ways that you can do newsletters within Century 21 Award. There's the Business Builder newsletters that were recommended by Catherine. I would recommend that you take a look at those. They're going to be a little bit more, not to say friendly, but a little less real estate focused, a little friendlier, I'll go ahead and say it. Whereas these newsletters are going to be very real estate focused. They'll never be hyper-local because Riz Media is a national company. But if you use the Riz Media newsletter service, basically how it works, you're going to upload your contacts. They're going to confirm that they want to receive your newsletter, and then the newsletter will go out automatically every month. You don't have to send it. You don't have to fuss. Yes?
Okay, I have some where they haven't approved.
So maybe it went to their spam folder. Maybe they didn't know what it was and they didn't approve it and deleted it.
And I can't even get rid of it.
You should be able to resend a confirmation to them.
But there's some that are just grayed out and I can't do that.
Okay, so come see me afterwards and we'll take that up kind of individually. And then the last piece, which is the most exciting, is the mobile. Is anybody here using the mobile? Have you ordered sign writers? Very good. So if you guys want to, I encourage you to take out your cell phone right now and complete this. What's going to happen basically is this particular mobile ID goes to David Romero. So if you complete this text message, what you're going to get back is 2 text messages. The client will get 2 text messages back. The first text message is going to include the property description, bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, price, and a link to see more photos. The second text message is going to have the agent's phone number and contact and name and all that. So you guys will get back David's name and phone number. Now at the same time, whoever is completing this, can I just get a show of hands for how many people are doing this right now? A couple of us, maybe 5, 6. David is also going to get a text message and an email with all of your contact information. So immediately, as someone is using the system to get information on your listing, as long as they're using the text and not the QR code, you'll get immediate confirmation or immediate notification along with their phone number. So you're welcome to send them a text back or pick up the phone and call them. I would recommend they're texting you for information. I would text them, but if you want to pick up the phone, you can call them as well. Okay?
So what do we put that text, we put it to that text?
So you would text in the body of the message, C21AW710, the mobile ID, to the phone number 85377.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Anybody get those messages back yet? Who's already done it? A couple of us? Very cool. What that means with that link, you can see kind of a sample here, is that if somebody is on a smartphone and they have a data connection or they're on Wi-Fi, when they click on that link, they're going to see a mobile enhanced version of your property listing, okay? If it is your property listing for whatever agent within our company, the click-to-call phone number and the contact information is going to be the listing agent. If it is something, an IDX listing that doesn't belong to an agent at Century 21 Award, it's just going to have our general company 800 number and contact information, okay? This is a great thing to take to your listing presentations, to do a demo, I've heard the most success with people sharing this at a listing presentation.
So do you put that on your,
So the sign writers, you can see an example of one of the sign writer designs. They're available through Eugene and Marketing. Sign writers are $7 a piece. They're great quality, and the nice thing is that these mobile IDs are reusable. So say 710 gets sold, you get a new listing, you reapply your mobile ID to your new listing, you just take that same sign writer, so you don't need to keep buying one every single time.
so you just pay the $7?
Right, $7 per sign writer. Okay. Besides the RAIN system, we do send out the Altos market reports. These reports are going to be sent out to you. Hopefully you guys are seeing them every week. With the exception of Ramona, you guys should all be getting 2 reports every week, one for single family and one for condos.
Well, we get one of those now.
You get single family, but no condos, right? Everybody else should be getting 2. If you're interested in other areas or you want to dial down into a specific zip code within, say, El Cajon or San Diego, you can sign up for as many additional reports as you like. You sign up on our Facebook page. There's a link in the reports every week for you to click and sign up. The other thing is we have a 50% discount with Altos. So a lot of agents will just print these out, staple their business card to it, use it to walk a farm or have it on hand at an open house. If you want to be able to fully customize this, put your own contact information right on it, track sends, track opens, all of that, we have a 50% discount with Altos Research. Anybody who's interested can see me after and I'll get you the contact information for that. The CRM system is Business Builder. I don't need to talk about that because Catherine went over it so extensively for us. And then we have a number of different marketing and campaign tools that you can use. For those of you who are not aware, I'm going to run this demo here. Business Builder also offers a version of this now, but we also have a marketing system that will enable you to create a flyer, print it, and put it on Craigslist in less than 60 seconds, what the demo is doing right now. All you need is to have the MLS number. Now the caveat to that is that it takes 24 hours for a listing to get from the MLS to our system and every other system. Sandicor will only let us update every 24 hours. That goes for all sites. So if you put a listing on today, you'll have to check back tomorrow. Okay, that goes for all sites with Sandicor. So these flyers are all in Broker Agent Admin. They're under the Marketing tab and then the tab for flyers. Yes?
Is there an extra charge for that?
No, this is everything that I'm talking to you guys about is all included in your tech fee.
So when you do the flyer, is there a link or something that gives you the Craigslist?
What you would do is copy the HTML. There's a full video outlining how to do all this, and it'll basically...
HTML to your Craigslist.
Right, exactly. Mm-hmm. So we do have that system available that'll let you create those flyers in 60 seconds. Besides that, we have our award Marketing by Design. Eugene, actually, I thought I saw just sent something out, I think for St. Patrick's Day. You guys should have received it. Was that what it was, St. Patrick's Day? Mm-hmm. He'll pre-create a lot of different pieces and email them out throughout the year so that you just have to open them up, say in Microsoft Word, customize your own contact information, and then you're able to send those out. And then we also have the launch program. Is anybody in here using the launch program? So basically what the launch program is, got 3 different tiers. Another way for you to do newsletters, Eugene will take your contact database in whatever format you have it. If you've got it all nice and pretty in an Excel spreadsheet, that's great. If you've got a bunch of napkins that you've written on, postcards, whatever, in a bag, he'll take that too and he'll organize it. However you've got your contacts, he'll take it for you.
So if you're doing launch, can you do these cards, like the St. Patrick's Day card you just sent out through launch, through your contact list?
Well, he sends those out to you for free.
Yeah, but I mean, then to resend them to our contacts.
You'd have to speak with Eugene about how that's all structured. But basically, there's 3 different tiers. The first tier is the e-newsletters, where he'll customize a newsletter for you. Again, another way for you to get newsletters out to your clients on a monthly basis. The second tier is the print, which includes the newsletters and also does property brochures, just listed, just sold, all of that. And the third tier is the multimedia, which is going to include everything, as well as virtual tour photos and on YouTube and all of that stuff. So if you're interested in information on that, Eugene's contact is marketing@century21award.com. And then the Business Builder, which Catherine talked about. We already saw a lot of their different pieces, but I just want to reinforce that there are over 500 digital and printable pieces. So there's nothing that you have to create for yourself anymore. Pretty much everything that you would want is already created for you in an easy-to-share format. We do the open house advertising. I know at least a couple of us in here, we have a big open house week this week. I think we have about 20 open houses. Basically how the open houses work is that you're sent a link to a form pretty much every week. There are very few weeks that we don't do this blast for you. And we take that information and we put it into a really nice email that's emailed out to everyone in the company. So if their clients are looking for a house or if they're looking for a property, as well as put onto Facebook, our company blog, our company homepage, all of that. Now Craigslist will no longer allow us to post these onto Craigslist, so we don't post them there anymore, but it does go to all those other sources. And then, of course, we have the social marketing channels. As far as agents, we provide various types of content, a lot of which you can use just the share button to take that content from us and share it out to your sphere. We like to do recognition, marketing, share our culture. I took a picture of all of you and put it up with Catherine doing the presentation when we got started earlier today. Updates about the company and share our training programs. And then for your clients, if you'd like to either take information from us to share with clients or encourage your clients to connect with us, we provide different articles about lifestyle, the community, what's happening in the market, all of that stuff. And then lastly is training and support. Is anybody here new to the company within the last 2 or 3 weeks? All of us? Okay, so you guys should already be on this one bite at a time system. There is some kind of a glitch that I'm working with MailChimp to figure out where I can't get anyone who is already on our mailing list to receive it. But essentially what this is a daily delivery training video that will walk you through initially setting up your website and then working within Rain and our other systems in very small portions. So for all of you who are new to the company, this is available to you now. You should be getting the emails. For all of you who are existing, you can either access the videos manually, and I'll send out information on that in the newsletter coming out next week, or if you just wait it out, the videos will hopefully be coming to you soon. And then the learning system, which Catherine talked about earlier, has all sorts of different webinars, all sorts of different focuses and topics, ranging from objection handling to different softwares and all of that stuff. A lot of it is pre-recorded, and you can watch it at your own pace. Okay, and the last thing somebody asked, is any of this at a cost? This is all part of the tech fee that you guys are paying, that $199 for the year. You're not paying any additional fees for anything that we've just talked about. Okay. Are there any questions? Great, so like I said, maybe pick one of those. If I could make a recommendation, I would focus on the mobile. That would be using the Rain system and maybe developing your website a little bit more. Other than that, I had one question about something specific, and if you have any other questions, I'll be around here for about another 10 minutes after. Thank you guys for coming out here. It was great to see you all.